Hey guys, what's up? This is Sellavin giving my latest review on Boruto Naruto Next Generations. Sorry I haven't been uploading some new videos lately. It's just that my head's been some other place. Anyway, let's get started. If it's me or was this episode like literally about Cho-Cho? Cho-Cho, being Choji's daughter with a girl from the Hidden Cloud. Forget her name. The redheaded girl. This episode was a little bit about Cho-Cho, and how she acted. Anyway, get started. It started off with, Boruto and Shikadai, they're getting burgers or whatever, they're eating stuff. They're trying to describe what the hell kind of situation they're dealing with. What kind of monster, what they're trying to go up against. And, like, hey, Boruto tries to describe the situation, to Shikadai, how he, like, draws him something, and, like, he's like, wow, that is the worst drawing ever. Like, he doesn't say it. He just has that blank look on his face. And, like, it's pretty funny, hilarious. At least to me it is, it's pretty hilarious. Like, the way Boruto tries to describe things. Meanwhile, you got the girls, the girls are like, they're trying to figure out why this problem keeps happening because of Boruto and the others. Apparently they just came back from cleaning up another mess. That's what they said. They think. No, that's the situation with them right now. However, unknown to them, they're being stalked by some unknown force. This figure in the background is like, it's like stalking them. It's like it's bringing Harry like, something like that. And they notice. But they don't attack. 'Cause they don't see anything right there. They notice that it's weird. They feel something later. Later they go to class. How Chocho's asking like, did I lose weight? The other and Sarada, like the other girls, like maybe. And Boruto and the girls like, what's going on? This whole episode, I gotta admit, it was all about Cho-Cho. And that was a surprise because Cho-Cho, I think she's pretty. I guess a lot of people don't relate to her as much. Boruto and his crew, they're trying to find out what the hell is this strange forces happening, what's going on. Cho-Cho goes to this potato chip store. And like this is a store that really deals with potato chips, like a convenience store. I saw nothing but potato chips and all the girls are like, how Cho-Cho has weird taste and all that stuff. No, and finally, just as they were about leaving the store, she bought the chips. They finally confront the stalker. They finally caught him. It's pretty. They grab onto him. All the guys hear the noise. They see him. Apparently they find out who he is. His name is Moroshi. Apparently he's from another class. Next door or whatever. I mean, she knows his name because there are very few guys in the school that are actually cute. So they know. Also, they figured it out. But the fact that she said that there are very few cute guys around. And she said that in front of those guys, it's like she doesn't think of these guys as handsome off. She probably thinks these guys as goofballs. And that's true. They do cause some trouble, mostly Boruto. They finally, when I was talking, he said, and they finally confront this problem. Like, he is a straight up stalker, like, not like crazy stalker, like stalker, like, apparently he likes one of the girls, and the girls he liked, our Cho-Cho thought it was her. They thought that he was stalking Cho-Cho. Say you have weird taste. She's all like flirt here, like who, like. But it's not really Cho-Cho that he likes. It's actually the class rep. A Shiriro. I don't know. I can't say her name right. She likes the class. He likes the class rep. The thing is, he's just so nervous and stuff like that, and so timid, and so he uses his jutsu to get near her. Like that's why he was following her. However, he likes her and all that stuff, but he's too nervous to admit it. He's never been near her before. But apparently apparently some of the guys in the school do like her. Being class rep. And how Cho-Cho, like, you should go ahead and tell her now. And how Boruto is like super embarrassed, like, go ahead and do it right here, right now. It's pretty funny. Apparently he gets down, bows down, please. He say that I like you, please go out with me. And she's like, I'm sorry. Like she refuses. The guy's crushed. It seems like I mean, she couldn't think about it. She couldn't ask. I mean, the guy's been following her around, like all creepy like. So she's not gonna go out with a guy she barely knows, especially if he's acting all weird. So you guys understand that situation, right? Like, especially if he's acting weird. And seeing this, Cho-Cho tries to console him, he refuses, runs off, no, it's pretty embarrassing. Like, hey, he asked the girl straight out, but and the fact that and he just straight up rejected. He's crushed. Shikadai's word, he's crushed. No, this was a church. This was a very embarrassing moment. So no wonder he ran off. Next day they're in class. Everybody's trying to do their best. How they're like drawing the Hokage faces, and I'm not talking about the mountains, like the actual bust of their faces. A bust, being a stone head, a statue head. And, we get to see Hashirama, Tobirama, hell, even Minato's face. Like, I wonder how Boruto's gonna, I was thinking, like, how Boruto's gonna react to, like drawing his grandfather's face, seeing the situation, how they deal with it, they also, like, cause the guy, hasn't been seen since yesterday, he became absent, absent, but the state things start happening. Like, for example, someone wrote on the chalkboard and they didn't see who. They get to see these letters, like notes fall from the ground, say Sarada, I love you, I like you, and all kinds of weird stuff. Basically, it's the guy. It's Murphy or something. He's doing this, They try to follow him, try to find where he is, He drops the gate on it, separating both the boys from the girls. The girls are on the other side of the gate. Hey, because he's after the class rep, and the girls, they go into the closet room, they try to find a way to get out, there's a big mess, they drop these, looks like, a dust or whatever, some kind of powder bomb, and he managed to separate the class rep from the girls, he finally kidnaps her, and so he takes her to the roof, saying that I'm the one for you and all that stuff, and it's not his fault this time, he's not doing this intentionally. This time it's the darkness. The darkness has literally infected him, So, and that's because of the insecurity they suffered yesterday. And remember, I said this before. The darkness needs to find some weakness in the hearts of people and make them manifest, resulting in them going crazy, And Boruto looked at him earlier, the last time they saw it, he didn't see any darkness, and Shikadai asked him, but now he is, That's because of the thing. And we get to see him use his ninjutsu in action against him. And his disguise ninjutsu to be able to blend in, into the background and become invisible. Oh, Now, he was able to keep them, on their toes, because they never faced a guy who was able to make himself invisible before, That's something. Cause they have to rely on their eyes to see. They don't know how to feel a person's presence yet. They can feel him, but they can't, see him right away, so they can't pinpoint exactly. They try to work together. Sarada, Shikadai, Boruto, they try to do their best, Hey, she's the only one. She's the only one, who stood out from the rest and noticed by people. No one noticed me. How Cho-Cho is the one that stands up, say, hey, it's because you never stepped up to the challenge, saying stuff like that, saying, hey, sure, no one never noticed you. That's because you're weak and pathetic, How she uses the potato chip as an example. Sure, this potato chip may not be anything special, but the fact that people come pick up and notice that means that there's worth something, Saying like the jutsu you have suits you, because how can anyone notice you if you don't step up to the challenge? Like, if you don't do nothing, basically, if you don't step up, my person notice you, then girls don't like that, Basically, trying to force someone to notice you, girls don't like that, and all that stuff, How the hell Cho-Cho, literally talked this guy into stepping down? How she was like the voice of reason, even using the potato chips as an example, which is pretty nuts, And they're dealing with a stalker here, basically. He was just following them, and how it was Cho-Cho and all that stuff, but it was the class rep. And this just gave me this was like one of those weird episodes, That gets me like, I can't believe they just faced a stalker, and and the person who beat it wasn't Boruto and any of the other guys. It was like the person who least thought would be like make the least impact. The fat lazy person. And we've seen Cho-Cho at her funniest and also most kookiness. If you guys have not read the Naruto Gaiden manga, you guys should really read that. The Naruto Gaiden manga, Cho-Cho, does some funny moments in that too. Some funny awkward moments. It's very important because I did some live reactions. You could probably find that on my manga list or whatever. Yeah. Seeing this, that Cho-Cho is the person who brings. Oh, she even gave him a pint of the potato chip. And the guy goes back to normal, and the darkness leaves him. They don't have to knock him out, and he's back to normal. He apologizes for all the awkward situation. Everybody's cool again, He's still sorry for what he did, However, he collapses, from the infection of being consumed by the darkness, and everybody's trying to wonder what's going on, They notice that things are going wrong. Like, for example, the Hokage, Naruto, he knows that something's going on, And the people are going, and it's not just them, People are going to the hospital sick because of chakra problems, And we get to see that Mitsuki, he's not just there for fun, He's there because he's conducting his own investigations, And the head that he has that snake eyes, that means he's probably communicating with Orochimaru, That means that Orochimaru was probably there, probably to help, But we haven't seen Orochimaru yet in the series, but he's probably going to make his debut sometime later. At least that's what, yes. The boys are trying to figure out what is this darkness thing? Like, what is it? And they all come up with an idea. Can chakra manifest itself? How Boruto gave this drawing and showed Shikadai and Mitsuki, their eyes are like, what the hell? That drawing sucks. Especially for Shikadai, because he's drinking soda and stuff, and he spills all the drink he had in his mouth just spills onto the floor. Mitsuki's like, you draw something amazing. He's just trying to be nice, Like, he sucked at drawing. I mean, Naruto sucked at drawing a little bit too, I think. Even Jiraiya had problems, funny, If I were to call this episode anything, it's more comedy than action. And that's pretty true, because the hero of this episode was Cho-Cho. Not Boruto, not Sarada, not even Mitsuki, Cho-Cho. Which is pretty funny. And, the food girl is the hero. Not that I'm prejudiced. Anyway, that's all. Not that I hate Cho-Cho. I don't hate Cho-Cho. I'm not prejudiced against that. Against anybody. Anyway, that's all I gotta say. Hope you enjoyed. Thanks for watching. Subscribe. Thank you. I'll put my next video up very soon. See you guys next time. And this is my next review on Boruto Naruto Next Generations. Love and potato chips. Funny chapter. Funny name. Bye.